Hi guys, so today I am not talking about dreads. Woohoo! My TV's on. Oops. Okay, so anyways, if any of you guys follow me on Facebook, Instagram, that kind of thing, you will know that I am blacking out my arms. So I'm going to be blacking it out all the way to where those blocks end on my fingers, up to my shoulders. Same on this side. Keeping some tattoos and just kind of blacking out around, adding some negative stuff. Yeah, it should look pretty dope by the time it's done. Big fan of black work, hence why I only have one color tattoo and it's shit, and that one is definitely getting covered. Everything else I have is all black, white, black and red, shading, that kind of stuff. So anyways, why I am doing this video, number one, is because I kind of want to document this because it's a pretty big deal in my life. You know, I'm turning my arms black. It's exciting, scary, painful, all the above. So anyways, what I wanted to talk about today is how to take care of this shit. So yesterday, I was starting to get like that hamburger meat kind of look on this part of my hand. So I went on Facebook and asked for advice. Yeah, well, tattoos, I have learned, are just like dreadlocks. You see, I got tons of them, but I've never really taken a lot of consideration on how to care for them afterwards. I just everybody's always told me to let it dry out, use Lubriderm, clean it often, that kind of thing. Now, that being said, that has never worked for me, ever. I always end up with scabs, I end up with all sorts of fucking bullshit, and I did not want that happening to this, because I don't want to do it twice, and because I'm covering up all that shitty ink that I hate and can't stand, so I wanted this to turn out epic. I want it to look good. I don't want any cracks and all that other crap that goes along with scabbing and all that other good stuff. And I noticed when I was looking on YouTube and other stuff, I couldn't find very much info about people blacking out their arms, just a lot of, random videos of people sitting there with a tattoo gun blacking out their arms. No, nothing about how you take care of it, none of that stuff. So, well, if there is, I didn't find it. So, I went on Facebook and said, how the fuck do I take care of this? I do not want a scab. Well, let me tell you, holy fucking shit, yo. There was probably 200 and some odd fucking comments on that post. People arguing, people fighting, screenshotting shit off Google. I'm telling you, my phone was blowing the fuck up. It still is today, actually. There's still people going on and on and on about that fucking post about, do you wrap it? Don't you wrap it? Do you fucking do this? Do you do that? Holy Jesus fucking Murphy. So, I went through all the comments all day long. I'm going to light a cigarette here because this is going to be a long video. So anyways, I went through all these comments yesterday. There's people saying that I should be wrapping with cling wrap as soon as it's done. The tattoo artist clearly wraps up your shit before you leave the shop. And then when you get home, 2 hours later, give it a good wash. All that stuff is regular routine, right? Well, then there's people saying to take cling wrap that up, and just leave it wrapped. Take it off to wash every couple hours and replace the dressing kind of thing. Almost like you would do with like a big wound or whatever. So, I don't know, cling wrap to me just did not seem like, I don't know, to me an open wound kind of needs to breathe in my mind. Like it needs to get air, and putting preparation H. I don't know a biker who tattooed my son for his first tattoo, and he was the one that had suggested preparation H. Yeah, it's ass cream. Yeah, I put it on his tattoo. And it actually worked out pretty well for him. I was not going to experiment with that on this. I actually did put it on for the first day just because I was at a loss as to what to fucking do with this thing. Because I wanted it to look good. I wanted it to, I wanted it to be nice. So, I put it on for the first night. I went home and I washed it and all that good stuff. And I just kind of went to bed. And then I woke up in the morning and decided I was going to ask some people for some help. And I went on forums and I went on here, I went on that, checked out Preparation H, checked out Bactine, checked out tattoo goo benefits and the scary stuff about all the above. And there is so fucking many different opinions on what's good, what's not, what to use, this and that. I seriously, by the end of yesterday, had a fucking migraine just trying to figure out how the fuck I take care of my tattoo. I've had tattoos since I was 13 years old, and I really have never realized it can get this fucking confusing. So just like dreadlocks, everybody's got their fucking opinions, and they like to confuse the shit out of people. Ugh. So anyways, after talking to a bunch of people and I talked to my tattoo guy, my fiance was even, or not my fiance anymore, he's my husband, sorry, fuck. But my husband was looking for shit for me. It was like a whole day long event yesterday. And then finally, somebody messaged me and made fucking sense. Like legit sense. I was like, oh, wow, okay, this I am going to try because it made sense. Wrapping with cling wrap, yeah, to me that can, after everything that I read and everybody I talked to, it just seems like it's material to brew infection. So, I decided not to go with the cling wrap. But at the same time, I am wrapping my arm. I'm wrapping it at night. The girl that I talked to actually said I should be wrapping it during the day. But I have insomnia. My sleep is very little already. So I kind of wanted to... During the day I'm awake, I can protect it. I can keep it away from hitting things and so on and so forth. When I'm sleeping, not so much. And I don't want to start scratching at it if it gets itchy in my sleep and whatever else might happen. Hit it on a wall, God only knows what. So I took her advice and I am wrapping it. But I'm wrapping it with, what is it called here? I actually have the... So I bought these non-stick gauze pads. I had some Band-Aid brands that I paid like $6.99 a box for. I got the cheap ones this time. I got like 5 boxes now because I'm doing both arms. And I used the whole box just to do one wrap on this little part because they come in like little squares. They aren't big enough for fucking tattoos this size. So with that... So I went into the bathroom before bed last night. I washed my hand using antibacterial Dawn dish soap to do that. I don't know if it's good or not. It's antibacterial. It's not drying because it says there's moisture in it. It seems to be okay. It seems to be doing the trick. So I used that and then I taped a bunch of those little pads together, kind of in funky little ways, so it goes over the hand part, over this way, and then was big enough to wrap around this fucking little bitch. So I also got, actually while I'm doing this, tattoo goo. No ass cream, no vitamin E, no aloe, no none of this. After yesterday and all my fucking reading, I was like, you know what? This says it's meant to heal tattoos. Yes, okay, it's expensive. Honestly, it's like, fuck, I think I paid, what did I pay for this yesterday? $12.99 or $14.99? I'm not sure. But it was on sale from $19.99, so I kind of got a little bit lucky there. It wasn't $20, but I would have still paid $20 because it's meant to heal tattoos. Now, other people told me Bactine. Other people told me this Bepathin, I think seems to be really big across the pond in the UK and Scotland and that kind of thing. I'm not familiar with this stuff, but I read really mixed reviews on that stuff. Some were saying it's great. Others said they changed the ingredients and people are getting infections and it's really thick. Your pores can't breathe, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, I'm not even going there. And then the aloe thing is that it pulls the ink out. And so fuck that. Tattoo goo meant to heal tattoos works for me. So that's what I went with. And it doesn't clog your pores, so on and so forth. So underneath this breathable, very important, it's not cling wrap, and your skin is not going to sweat under it. You're not going to be in a cesspool of fucking crap. And that will absorb all the plasma and ink and everything that comes out your first few days. Especially with ink that's been put in this heavy. You do, like, I was leaking plasma like fucking insanity. The first day I probably washed this thing, I'd say 4 or 5 times, just trying to keep the plasma to a minimum, to keep the scabbing to a minimum. Plasma, if you don't know what that is that ooze that comes out. It's kind of like, what did I read yesterday? It's not blood, but it's a form of blood or something. Trying to sound like I know what I'm talking about here, but I really don't. This is just a bunch of shit that I read yesterday and talked to people and all that good stuff. So anyways, long story short, I ramble and I ramble and I ramble, but you people already know this. So anyways, back to what I did last night, because big hamburger meat was going on there, big hamburger meat was going on there, and big hamburger meat was going up by my knuckles because it is high movement areas. Even though my hand was so fucking swollen, I could barely move my fingers. I was still moving my wrist and doing this and doing that. So that high activity area is always, I had the same problem when I got these blocks done. And as you see how they healed, they look like fucking shit. They're all patchy and crappy looking because they scabbed, and it was a really thick scab because of what happened here. And I wanted to avoid that. So as soon as I seen that, I went into like legit fucking panic mode, and I'm like, no! And it was right up by my knuckles, and I'm like, oh my God, no! I don't want crappy shit right on the top of my fucking hand. So, yeah. So I went and asked for help, and I took a bunch of what probably 3 or 4 different people told me out of like all the 200 crazy comments telling me to dry it out, telling me to do this, telling me to do. So anyways, I took a little bit of what I read and what I did and who I talked to and this and that and kind of smushed it all into one to see if I can make something that made sense in my head that would not damage my tattoo. I think I did pretty fucking good, if you ask me. So what I did, I will stop rambling now. I washed with Dawn dish soap, lukewarm water, just lightly, just to get, like I said, the plasma off of here. Then I dried it with paper towel, just dabbing, not rubbing, because that's what everybody says, just dab it. So I did that, and then I let it air dry for 15 minutes because on the tattoo goo, it says wash and then air dry, or pat dry, and then let air dry for 15 minutes before applying. So I did that like a good little girl, and I never read instructions, but I did this time. So I did that. I applied the tattoo goo, and I had already had my little Band-Aid taped together and all ready to go. So once I got the tattoo goo on, I put this on. I taped it just lightly to get it to kind of stay all the way around my arm. And then after that, I wrapped it up in a tensor bandage to keep everything, nice and snug and tight. And the tensor bandage with the non-stick gauze pads, they're both breathable materials, so it was able to breathe overnight. And I woke up at 3 o'clock this morning because I'm fucking crazy and I have insomnia and I don't sleep. So I was up at... Whoa, my camera just did some funky shit. So anyways, I was up at 3 a.m. and I was laying in bed and very curious to see what had gone on under that bandage. I was like, am I going to wake up and it looks like my arm's been in water all night? That scrunchy skin, how you get all pruny on your fingers when you're in the bathtub too long. I thought I might wake up to that on my arm. I wasn't sure. I'd never wrapped a tattoo before. I was fucking freaking out. So instead of tossing and turning in bed and just thinking about it, I decided I'm going to get up and check this shit out. Well, let me fucking tell you, miracle. Honestly, this is the 3rd day I've had this tattoo. 3 days since we did this, and I was in agonizing pain the first day, clearly, because it's a lot of ink, and I was swollen. My elbow's still pretty fucking swollen, actually. My hand has gone down. The swelling's gone down. All the hamburger meat shit is fucking gone. I honestly did not expect that. I thought I was going to have scabs no matter what. I did not think wrapping it would help it to that extent to like change the overall of how this is going to come out. And like I noticed I had some scabbing and stuff going on in here as well. All gone. All fucking gone. So my plan is now, I was told I'm supposed to wrap for like 3 days. Since today is, I did this on Sunday, today is Tuesday, so this would be, and I wrapped last night. So I think I'm going to wrap again tonight when I go to bed. Oh yeah, and I keep washing it throughout the day. Whenever I feel like there's no tattoo goo left on it, like it's all absorbed or whatever, I will go in the bathroom, wash it, and then reapply some more tattoo goo. Just to keep it nice and moist, and that will help prevent it from cracking and all that other stuff. So I hear. Don't quote me on this yet. We will find out if it actually works going on further in this whole little project I'm doing. So, yeah, this is what I'm attempting. So far, so good. But this is kind of why I wanted to log this stuff, because this is going to be tomorrow night. I'm going to do the top half of my arm. And then I might do 1 or 2 fingers. It's going to hurt like a fucking bitch. So I don't like pain. I'm just a sucker for punishment. And I really like blacked out arms. So I am literally fucking torturing myself to do this. And I'm doing it quickly. I did that on Sunday. I'm going for another session tomorrow night, and then I'm going again on Sunday, and hopefully the next Wednesday and Sunday after that too, if my tattoo guy feels like he wants to be nice to me. But anyways, so yeah, so I'm gonna just keep filming as I go, and I will be posting and letting y'all know what works and what doesn't. And yeah, 22 years of having tattoos and just now learning how to care for them. Sad story, really. But I'm sickish having shitty ink, so this is where I'm at. Yeah, so I think that's about all for today. Wrapping seems to work miracles overnight, apparently. So yeah, I would advise anybody, as long as your wrap is breathable, find breathable material. I'm not going to say don't cling wrap, because I've never done it personally, but it just seems like it would hold a lot in, your skin wouldn't be breathing, it would kind of fester and potentially get infectious. I like the gauze things because they do absorb all the crap that's leaking out. So it's not just festering inside of itself, kind of whatever. Okay, I'm going to stop rambling because this video is already 18 minutes long and it is just me rambling. So yeah, tattoo goo, tensor bandages, gauze wraps so far overnight, working amazing, keeping clean, and tattoo goo. So I will be back with update once I get a little bit more ink and I start this process from the get-go. I'm thinking I might try the theory of keeping it wrapped. So that will mean when I do the top portion of my hand, here's my puppy. He's taking a snooze. He like legit snores like a human. Yeah, 180-pound Mastiff. But anyways, so the top part of my arm, I think I'm going to try keeping it wrapped. So when I get home tomorrow night, I will wash it and then put my gauze and tensor bandage on. Sorry. I'll leave it on overnight. Wake up in the morning, wash, reapply, and then put the bandage back on for 4 to 6 hours, and then just keep repeating that for the first entire 3 days. And apparently, after 3 days are up of having it wrapped and keeping it clean and using my tattoo goo, apparently I should be healed. We're going to test that theory tomorrow. Today, I just, like I said, tested the wrap out last night for the first time. Fucking epically pleased with that shit, honestly. Not even worried about my tattoo anymore. I love it. I was so worried, and this is fucking amazing. So yeah, okay, that's all I have to say for today. I will be back at some point, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not the next day. I don't know, whenever I get the fucking time to film another video, I will let you know what happened to this part with the wrap being there for an actual 3 days. And yeah, hopefully you enjoy this video. I'm sorry it's not about dreads, but I think I'm kind of going to turn this into a bit of a personal channel. Tattoos, dreadlocks, who doesn't love that shit, right? But yeah, I will be talking to y'all soon.